Good morning, children. Once again, welcome to online class. So, I have completed 5 chapters so far now, that is crop production and management, microorganisms, friend and foe, synthetic fibers and plastics, materials, metals and non-metals, force and pressure. Okay, so today I am going to start with the one more physics lesson, that is friction. Okay, so in the last lesson also I told something about the friction in the lesson, force and pressure. So what is friction, children? Friction is nothing but the force responsible for changing the state of motion of the objects, isn't it? I told you all the force of friction always acts on all the moving objects, and its direction will be always opposite to the direction of the motion, since the force of friction arises due to contact between the surfaces. Okay, so it is also an example for contact force. Okay, friction comes under contact force. So can you see the slide, children? Force of a friction is a force which opposes the motion of an object over a surface. So whatever the object is moving on the surface, that is nothing but the friction. The force of friction acts between the object and the surface. For example, bicycle, isn't it? So it will be moving on the surface itself. So there is a contact between the surface and the object is nothing but the bicycle. And the rolling ball also, example is given in the slide, children. A ball rolling on ground gradually slows down and comes to the rest due to force of friction between the ball and the ground. If you stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and comes to a stop due to force of a friction between the wheel and the road, isn't it, children? So these are the some examples of friction. And I think you have seen the truck also slowing down when the brakes are applied, isn't it? Yes, not only the vehicles, any object moving over the surface of another object slows down when no external force is applied on it. When we apply it, it stops. Finally it stops. So moving ball also I gave, bicycle also I gave. Okay, so sometimes we slip when we step on the banana peel also, you know that. Okay, so why is it difficult to walk on a smooth? Because bananas peel is very smooth, isn't it, children? So this is also due to the friction. Okay, friction is not possible on the smooth surfaces, isn't it? Yes. Okay, now we'll start with the this topic. Is all about the force friction of children. Friction, okay, children. Can you see the this one slides, children? Friction depends upon two factors. They are nature of the surface in contact, the smoothness of the surfaces, how hard the surface press together. Friction is less on the smooth surface, friction is more on the rough surface. So these are the some factors affecting the friction, isn't it? Okay, one more example, just I'll tell you all. Tie a string around a brick. Brick means itangi. Okay, some string you take. Pull the brick by spring balance. Okay, yeah, I think you know about the spring balance. It is used in the laboratory and to weigh the some heavy objects, heavy things and all in the market. Okay, that is called spring balance. You need to apply some force. Okay, note down the reading on the spring balance where the brick just begins to move. It gives you a measure of the force of the friction between the surface of the brick and the floor. Okay, now wrap a piece of a polythene around the brick and repeat the activity. So here you will see some differences in the readings of the spring balance in the above two cases. One was only with the brick, only brick you have measured. Second time you have wrapped some polythene around the brick. So there will be some difference in the measures of the both cases. Okay. So you can use something else instead of polythene bag. Again you can use some jute bag also around the brick, so anything else. So there will be some difference between the readings, isn't it? So this is due to the increase in the weight. So spring balance is nothing but the device used for measuring the force acting on an object. It consists a coiled spring which gets stretched when a force is applied to it. So stretching of the spring is measured by the pointer moving on the graduated scale. It will be having some scale. Okay, I'll show you that. I'll display that picture of the spring balance also. Okay, children. The reading on the scales gives the magnitude of the force. This is one factors affecting the friction. Okay. So one more example shall I give? You can use some wooden board. Okay, you can take some wooden board supported by bricks. Okay, inclined plane or a wooden board, like keep two bricks and keep on wooden board. Okay, so put a mark with the pen at any point A on the inclined plane. Okay, inclined plane on a smooth floor or a table. You may use wooden board also supported by the bricks. Okay, now let a pencil cell move down from its point. How far does it move? This one you cannot get it without the picture, just I'm telling you. So when you come to the school, if you have a textbook, you can go through that experiment, that is page number 147 and 148. Okay children, this is also one example for factors influencing friction, isn't it? So friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. So even those surfaces which appear very smooth have a large number of minute irregularities on them. So irregularities on the two surfaces lock into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply force to overcome interlocking on rough surfaces. So there are a larger number of irregularities. So the force of friction is greater if a rough surface is involved. Okay. So this is one factor. So one more, force of a friction will increase if the two surfaces are pressed harder. Okay, you will be having experience of dragging a mat when nobody is sitting on it. Okay, so when the person sitting on it, it will be a little bit heavy to pull it, isn't it? So that is one experience. And moving the heavy box also from one place to another. Okay, that is also easy. If it is on the smooth surface, it will be little bit tough to move it. Okay, the force required to overcome friction at the instant an object starts moving from rest is a measure of static friction. So on the other hand, the force required to keep the object moving the same speed is a measure of sliding friction. Okay, so when the box starts sliding, the contact points on its surface do not get enough time to lock into the contact with the floor. So the sliding friction is slightly smaller than the static friction. So you find it somewhat easier to move the box already in motion than to get it started. Okay, so these are some factors influencing the friction. Okay children.